welcome back today, guys, to the channel, back here in the beautiful city of Car X Street, where the streetlights never change from yellow. I don't understand why they haven't fixed that yet. However, though, today I wanted to discuss a few events that happened over this weekend with a specific kick streamer that was streaming his McLaren 570GT going into the guardrail. Now, I'm talking about this today for a few reasons. This guy just cut me off. One of which, there was no serious injuries. His cameraman did have a little bit of blood on his head. There's no, major injuries at that. But, of course, there will be some psychological injuries coming from a rain accident. Jack Doherty. Now, the reason I'm also talking about this today is because I don't like this guy, right? I've watched this man for a long time being a menace in the community, not just in YouTube and, in terms of wherever he's at, but just in random people in general, right? Just, walking around the street with their kids, and he's trying to pick fights with these people, right? So it's really nice to see Karma finally coming back huge today and just delivering a massive bowl of it, right? So I'm excited to go through this clip with you guys, talk a little bit about it and what exactly happened. Huge thanks for watching, and if you guys do want to keep seeing more content like this, don't forget to slap that like button. So originally I seen this on Moist Critical's channel. Big shout out to Moist Critical if you guys have not already been watching his stuff. He has probably one of the best commentaries to go with anything. Oh, why? Basically starts off with a clip. I have to watch the full thing. I haven't actually seen the full VOD yet, if it's even out there. Maybe they took it down due to legal reasons, I'm assuming for insurance. But, so it starts off with the clip. Jack is just nose deep in his phone. I don't know what he's looking for, but he is just buried on this phone. I don't understand what's going on with it, but he is just, he's looking for something, if he's looking for a username, if he's looking for somebody, but he has just no care for what is going around on the road. And it adds to this because it is pouring rain. You can see on the window there's rain droplets everywhere, and this man still is driving around like it's a beautiful day outside. And to mention, it's McLaren 570GT. This is not a front engine car, right? This man is driving something with all the weight in the back. And until you've actually driven something like that, I haven't actually in person, but on the simulator, it is very different. And it's something that you have to get used to. Right now, I'm looking at the spec sheet right now, and it's showing here 562 brake horsepower on this V8 McLaren. This is absolutely crazy that this man had the balls to step on it in the rain with one hand on the wheel, not even really paying attention. And the fact that he had somebody in the car is just so disrespectful, not just to himself, to his passenger, to everybody around him on the road. This man shouldn't be driving. If I seen a McLaren 570GT ripping by in the rain, let alone a streamer not even looking at the road on his phone. Right, so back to the clip though, basically, right? He's driving. Let's actually, I'm gonna pull this up and watch this in real time here. And yeah, let's just, oh my good. Okay, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. And he's recording it too. This has got to be a crime, no? Like, I mean, if you do this in Canada, that's illegal. You can't be driving, texting on your phone, even calling at that. You cannot be doing that. And look at this. It's pouring outside. Gasses it, cranks the wheel fully, and done. The full front end just eats the guardrail. I'm very surprised that there wasn't any more damage done to the car in terms of the front end. I don't know how fast he was going. He seemed to be going pretty quickly, but Moist Critical said it best.
Case of Jack Doherty not paying any attention, leading to his car hydroplaning. Now, I know hydroplaning can happen to even the best drivers, which Jack Doherty is not. He is looking at his phone numerous times. We have the cameraman who's filming this like Cloverfield and actually did a really good job of showing us the monster. Every time we see him, it's like he's been hypnotized by his phone. He's like in a trance.
Right now, of course, the worst part about this whole thing, I was watching Moist Critical's video, when he did crash that car, he was basically not really caring for his cameraman whatsoever. He basically asked him if he was okay. He said, yeah, like, how do you know if you're even okay at this point? Now, he was bleeding from his head at the same time. He wasn't okay. Let's just say that. He wasn't okay. Far from that, at least. He was definitely cut in some aspect, from a piece of shrapnel coming off the car. Could be metal. I don't know. But he was bleeding, and he was not okay. So what did Jack Doherty do? He asked him to start filming with his other camera and take the camera that he had, I guess, and keep filming. It couldn't have been a wilder experience, and really only possible with this day and age streamers. You would never have ran into a situation like this in a million years if it didn't have to do with streaming or taking a video. Everything has got to be videoed nowadays. Even this man committing a crime, texting and driving a McLaren 570GT worth over $150,000 Canadian on the highway in the rain with probably the worst possible tire setup that you could ask for on a McLaren. It is the stupidest thing I have seen all weekend, and I had to talk about it. It was so dumb. I couldn't believe that, for one, he was even thinking that that was a good idea, streaming and driving. Like, if you're gonna do that, you know, pay attention to the road, not be checking your comments or even holding your phone. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You had to have had somebody smarter with him to say, you know what, Jack, oh geez, that's not a good idea, buddy. I think Kick did ban him for legal reasons just to cover their end. But you don't usually see a lot of people get banned off a Kick, right? So it's very, I guess, a step in the right direction for them, showing them that they are taking control, I guess, of their website and not just letting their content creators run wild like they have been doing. But right after the crash, though, he said he was locked in the car for a few seconds, and it kind of just looked like a flashbang went off. And when he gets out of the car, you can see the damage, and it is crazy. The full front end just crumpled right into the guardrail, really showing McLaren's strength in the chassis. I feel like, just, you know, not having them harmed. And, you know, guardrails, they're not something that you really want to mess with, especially, right? Look at these things, right? And I've seen videos before where guardrails are not actually set up correctly and will cause more harm than good. So it was really good that the guardrails did their job in that aspect and just, you know, allowed everything to be safe. And there was a lot of cars on the road, so I'm happy that nobody was injured, nobody was harmed, and that's why I'm even discussing this today. Right? And I'm just happy that this weekend I was looking at a clip of Jack Doherty having something bad happen to him for once, right? He's always doing bad things to other people, so it was a really nice change of pace to log in and see Moist Critical talking about an accident and getting a laugh out of it, mainly because, like I said, everybody was okay, right? I've been in that situation before. You want to make sure everybody's okay regardless. You don't want people injured. Hopefully his cameraman didn't have any serious injuries. I don't think he did. He was just kind of bleeding a bit, but yeah, Jack Doherty, what a guy, man. I cannot believe that. I'm so happy that something happened like that, and I don't usually talk like that, but this guy, though, if you guys have seen anything on YouTube of him, you'll know what I'm talking about. He's not a good person. He really isn't. So hopefully this, you know, kind of hits him and says, you know, maybe I gotta change up my ways a little bit because karma's hitting me, whether I like it or not, man. This guy's driving, and karma's hitting him. Little GTR? Ooh, I'm down. We'll switch up. But yeah, such a stupid thing to do. Like, I cannot believe the level of idiocracy that I watched. And, you know, that's why I had to discuss it. I was going to just play CarX Street and just, you know, drive around, but I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. I'd love to know your thoughts down below on the whole situation. Now, if you guys did miss yesterday's episode, I was talking about October's events and plans. If you guys missed it, definitely go ahead and take a look at that. We definitely appreciate it. It is crazy, though, to see people not caring about the rain, even when they're driving. And, you know, until you've actually been in a few situations with the rain and spinning out, you don't really care as much because you don't know what to expect until you expect it, and then you're like, oh my goodness, that was scary. And you never want to have that happen again because you are out of control of something that is just spinning around. And it's not a fun feeling. I've had it happen once on the highway. I was not driving, but yeah, basically same thing. Hydroplane, I don't know, I was sleeping. I woke up mid-spin. I was like, what the hell is even going on? It was scary. Thankfully, it just went into the ditch, but, you know, right again, nobody was injured. But it really does open up your eyes of, you know, what is possible, and you don't even really realize it, right? It's a crazy world out there, man. Definitely be safe, drive responsible out there, and don't do what Jack Doherty did, driving like a moron. No!